my fellow Minecraft nerds, and welcome back to another episode of Survival Minecraft from the Dudecraft Java single-player Let's Play world. I'm your host, Mojo Roberts 2600. The channel's called The Dude of Minecraft, and today is episode 14. The last time out, you saw me building up the building that I'm standing on, the Salty Dog Pirate Tavern, and today I have big plans for this area in front of me here. And so a shulker box sitting out in the open here means I've got some supplies, and if I look inside here, I've got a bunch of redstone stuff. That's because I'm going to be building a mega sorting system right here in the middle of my town. That's right, 14 episodes in, and I've finally grown tired of the way I'm doing my storage, and I can no longer be bothered to manually put my things away any longer, so it's time to get a storage system built. So now I'm going to jump into a test world and just make sure that everything still works the way I remember. Alright, so I'm over here in the super flat world, and I'm going to be building up the system here just to make sure that the mechanics still work the same. I've used the same system in the past 3 or 4 survival worlds that I've played in, and I can't recall exactly who should get credit for this. I think the first place I saw something like this was in Impulse SV's videos, so maybe the credit goes to him, maybe not, but it's fairly straightforward, and if you're into building sorting systems, I'm sure you've seen this design before. But in front of this hopper here, I'm going to place an upside down stair and then a full block on top of it, and the next hopper up here goes into that block. And now I'm going to make a little string of blocks here. This is going to represent the feeder chain, I guess. And all these hoppers will feed all of the various components to the sorting system. So I have an input chest here, I have an output chest there, and then this is going to be the sorting portion. And I'll show you here just a little upside down Tetris piece. And the block's there and the block there. We put a repeater in here and a redstone torch here. And then up above we have a comparator coming out of this hopper, reading that hopper. And redstone 3 pieces just like that. And now we get to program this hopper. And I've got some blocks here called blockers. They're just stone blocks renamed on an anvil. And what that does, it only allows redstone to go through there. So, as you see, I've got all my redstone that came through the sorting chest. And if I go back up here and throw all of this junk into the input chest and just sort of hang out for a minute, I'll just throw all of this in here. And now let's just give it a minute to sort of do its thing and sort through. As you can see, the stuff that is not programmed to come through that hopper, do not come through the hopper, just continues on to the output chest. And then down below, because I've set this hopper up for redstone, I've got my redstone down there in the box. So it still works. Now, let's go build this in survival. Alright, girls and boys, I've been working hard, and as you can see, my wings didn't catch there. But I've got a big giant mess here, and I shouldn't say it's a mess, it's actually beautiful redstone. So let me come over here and show you. I've got it all laid out to where I want it. I've even got most of it programmed already. And the way I've got it set up, it'll handle right about 130 different items. And this is good news because I'll be able to just drop everything I have coming back from adventures into my input chest, and everything will just kind of sort to where it's supposed to go. And I may add a few more slots here or there if I can find room to squeeze it in. But I wanted to show you up here I have a second floor, and this is for things that maybe I won't have as much of, because this is a single chest setup up here, whereas on the bottom floor it's a double chest and then a half chest. Right here is my input chest, and I'll be able to throw everything into this chest and have it sort through, but that's not the way it's going to stay. I don't want to have to climb up here to put my stuff into the input chest, so I'm going to be coming up with another system to feed this hopper at the top here, and my input chest will be down on the first floor. So I'll throw my things into a chest on the first floor, and we're going to use an item elevator to get this stuff up here. Alright, I've been doing some digging, and now I'm going to bring a glass tube all the way to the surface here. It doesn't have to be a glass tube, but it just sort of helps me to gauge where I'm at. And I seem to have run out of glass here, so what do I do? Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll pillar up on the ice here, so I can escape and go get some more glass. And shut up, zombie! I'm trying to make a video here. I'm trying to do the talking. God, zombie's so loud all the time. And all you cows aren't any better either. Murr! I'm okay, I promise. It's okay. Alright, so let me go get the glass. And finishing up the glass here, and the idea here is that the items are going to come up a water stream, you know, with the soul sand at the bottom and all that good stuff. And I got to get the stuff over to that hopper over there. Before I do that, I'm going to clear out some space down here at the bottom and get the automatic dropper system hooked up and ready to go. So I'm just making a little bit of room here. And, oh no! Stop it! Don't you blow up my awesomeness! I'm not even done making it awesome. Get away from me. Get back. Ha-ha. Triumphant am I. Okay, so let me figure this out. More zombie sounds for your ear holes. How about that? Alright, I'm going to be chopping away a couple things here. And, of course, this ice pillar is going to be water. And underneath it I'll have a piece of soul sand. So all of the items coming out of this dispenser will shoot straight up the water stream and into the hopper at the top of the sorting system. And I'm going to do that with just a simple hopper clock down here. So, you know, one hopper into the other. Just like this. And a comparator coming out of one of the hoppers. And a repeater going into the dropper. I said dispenser earlier. You definitely want to use a dropper. You don't want to dispense TNT or anything like that. No mistakes. Back up at the top here, I've sort of worked out how I'm going to get the items over to the hopper. And if I go ahead and just break this ice, and as you see, the water stream flows right over to these hoppers. And yeah, so let me just knock all this stuff out, get down to the bottom. That is a really spooky sound. Is it because I'm underwater or because it's October? It is spooky season, after all. But now I'm going to place a piece of soul sand at the bottom here, and this will create a water stream that shoots straight up. And as you can see, it's throwing me! Whee! Here we go! Alright, back up here at the top. And I want to enclose in this top just a little bit so any items that come across don't shoot straight up into the air. And as you can see there, it is working like a charm. My items are shooting up through the water stream. They're coming across this ice and down into the sorting system. Over here I've worked out, this is going to be my input chest, and I've already started clearing out a lot of the things from my house the old way that I was storing things. If we go inside here, you'll see that all of my chests are gone except for these last few. And I'm going to take these over to the sorting system and throw everything in. And finally, get all these chests out of here. And that's going to allow me to do a few cool things with my house. And, oh, look at the kitty! Come here, kitty! I'm not chasing you with an axe, I swear. I promise. Alright, let's throw this junk in here. Okay, I've been doing some things here in the interior to make it pretty, and I've lined this outside edge. This is smithing tables. That's the top of the smithing table. And really cool kind of contrast with the cobblestone. I've also hung my lanterns up there with hoppers. And now you'll also see that I've been doing some work on the front of the building here, and I think it looks really cool. It took me a little while to come up with this sort of design, but I'm pleased with it. I'm happy with it. I've got a little bit more work to do on the sides and on the back side there. And let me just, I haven't decided what I'm doing with those trapdoors, or if I'm going to add some more decorations to that. I've got my scaffolding built over here because I need to detail out on the left side and on the right side. So I've got a little bit of work to do there. So I'm going to try a few things. Okay, I'm using these logs as a kind of exterior support here, and I want to have this kind of rooted in architecture a little bit, so we're going to have some stone bases to that. And that's what's going to be holding up these logs. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on all of the logs here and make it look pretty sweet. Back in a minute. Now I'm just finishing up a little bit of a roof section on a bell tower that I've added to the front of the building. And I want it to kind of look like maybe the sorting house is a place where the community comes together and, you know, hears the news of the day or things like that. Maybe the bell rings when something's going on, like a raid, for example. You know, this is all part of the background or the story or the myth or the mythos of this world. And, yeah, I think it kind of adds to it. Maybe the town has a town crier who comes up here and shouts to the masses. So I thought a bell tower was kind of appropriate for this building. Does this remind you of the selfie guy at the top of the skyscraper? Pretty cool. This is now the tallest point in the village. And who knows, it probably won't stay that way, of course. Because us Minecraft nerds are always trying to outdo ourselves and build it bigger and better than you did last time. So of course, you know. But for now, this is the tallest building in the village. We have a look around. I'm really starting to like the way this thing looks. And yeah, exciting stuff. I wanted to show you around the back side of the building here facing the Salty Dog Tavern is I have a hoist thing going up here. And what it looks like is that a bunch of stuff that came off the ships. Ah, there's a zombie. Stop hitting me. I'm trying to explain things, and here you are interrupting me, and that's what you get. That's what happens to you. Yeah, so anyways, it looks like I'm hoisting up a bunch of goods to go into the storehouse up there. Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch. I have to finish up this other side here. And as you can see, there it is. We've got the common theme going all the way around. And I've built out a little bit of a platform out here just so I could have a look at it. And if you have a look up there, we see our giant gold bell, and that's just the village bell made just a little bit bigger, a little bit better. And inside I've added some red carpets. Everything's looking awesome here with the smithing tables. As I showed you before, this is the input chest where I can throw all of my goodies and they will make their way through the sorting system. Heading up the stairs here, I thought this was a good little spot to put a map of the area. And show you the upstairs. I've got a little bit of work left to do up here to make it, look nice. But it is functional, it is safe, no monsters, everything's good. We've got lots of places to store things, and I'd have to do very little work to get it to where it's got to go. Just throw it in the input chest. It's there. Over here I have my overflow chests. Anything that's not sorted by the system will come down to these chests, so that's pretty cool. And then back behind these doors, I've moved my portal from my house into this room, and here's the item elevator showing me that I can see the items as they're going up. So that's mission complete and a job well done. I finally have my sorting system up and running here in the Dudecraft world. I've got a nice building around it. Everything's looking good inside and out. I'm very pleased with this. Fireworks in your face. So I'm just about done here. Have a look at the outside of the building with the bell tower at the top. The village is starting to come along. It's starting to look like something, finally. And if you stopped by my video and you made it to the end, I do appreciate you coming by. Go ahead and leave me a like if you liked what you saw. And if you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button. In addition to this Dudecraft survival series, I also have a series that's strictly dedicated to time-lapse videos. And also, I do a little bit of streaming from a multiplayer server that I play on. So, one last flyby, give you a couple looks at the exterior of the sort house. You see the Salty Dog Tavern there on the left. Everything's starting to come together and look pretty awesome. But let's head on over here because this is going to be the very next episode. If you have an idea of what's going here, it's not too hard to tell, but we're going to be building a lighthouse here, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure to check that out when I upload it, possibly as soon as this weekend. Real life permitting and stuff. But that is going to be all the time that I have for today, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a blast, and until next time, this is Mojo Roberts 2600, the Dude of Minecraft, saying see ya.